Earlier, which job profile I have a field job profile.
Oh,
Not even a corporate job profile. There was no link between a data scientist or a field engineer. I was also not sure about myself that I could switch my career into data science that easily. 3-4 months I was very depressed that I am not able to complete something. Even if I have a one laptop in the whole world, I can get my bread and butter.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Learning Bridge. I hope you guys are doing good and staying safe. So I am back with another amazing and really inspiring podcast for you all, and especially dedicated to all the aspiring data scientists out there. And I'm pretty sure we all have heard this phrase like nothing is impossible. But today's podcast will actually prove it, because our guest Abhishek was working as a field engineer till 7 years in telecom sector, and now after 7 years he has switched his domain from purely non-tech to tech profile, that is data science. So honestly telling you, mind-blowing story, unbelievable story. So anyone who is just even a fresher, or if you are a working professional and someone who are actually feeling that it's very late for you, you have done nothing in your life and you have wasted your 7-8 years, you haven't achieved anything in your life, and very disappointed that you cannot move from non-tech to tech, like this story is a gold example for you. So make sure to watch this podcast till the very end, and you can also help other folks to feel so much motivated by liking this video in really big numbers so that it can reach to them. And also put your thoughts in the comment section. If you have any inspiring story, you have done some kind of hustle, then make sure to put it in the comment section and share your opinion about this podcast as well. And if you're new to my channel and liking such kind of inspiring stories, make sure to subscribe the channel and press the notification icon. So without a further ado, let's quickly jump onto the podcast. Alright, so thank you so much Abhishek for joining my podcast. And guys, this one is going to be really inspiring story for you, for those people as well who are just stuck in some random profiles or in a career break and thinking that you cannot move into tech, right, after spending some time in a non-tech profile or something like that. So this is the podcast for you, and I would request Abhishek, it would be great if you can introduce yourself to my audience.
First of all, thank you Shashank for inviting me on the podcast. And as you mentioned, I'm Abhishek Pandey. I just switched in data science, and earlier I was working in telecom industry in Tata Communications. So I have 7-year experience in telecom industry.
Okay.
And recently I just switched into data science.
Okay, and your academics part, like you completed in computer science itself?
Yeah, I done my BTech in 2014.
Okay.
From electronics. Electronics and instrumentation.
It very major shift, someone who's working in a telecom in a different role and moving into tech. So we'll get to know more about Abhishek's transition in life. All right, so Abhishek, as you mentioned, like for 7 years you were in telecom, right, and now you have switched into data science, which is definitely really inspiring. So I would actually like to know that how did you get that level of motivation that I want to switch from non-tech to tech completely, and why did you specifically choose data science field only? Because in the market there are a lot of tech profile, so I will be really interested to know that.
Yeah, actually there are some various reasons for that. Actually, my job profile earlier, there was no any major interest I have in telecom industry. Actually there was no enough growth and all, and second thing is I was looking for the skill sets. I wanted to do a work in which I can explore my skills. I could learn new things. Some time back, I started exploring Python and all.
Okay.
From exploring Python, I came to know about the data science. And after that, I chose data science to follow up with my career. The major reason I would say, like acquiring a skill set. Even if I have a one laptop in the whole world, I can get my bread and butter.
I would like to know more about it, like a motivation. As it somebody came and told you that hey Abhishek, these are the things, right, probably you are not enjoying something in your day-to-day life, right, you should take a transition from non-tech to tech, because 7 year is a long time, right? If I'm a fresher, 1-2 year 3 year of experience, I can switch easily, but taking this level of decision after 7 years, I definitely need some level of guts.
I was also not sure about myself that I could switch my career into data science that easily. Actually, so when I started learning about the data science, I do not have any hope that I would change into this stream or this industry. But as soon as I enter into learning part in Python and data science, then it got so much interest in all the topics and the importance of data science in today's world. That is the very important thing for me to explore it more and more. No one told me to go into data science and something, but actually data science, if you start a YouTube video, first of all, you will get the ad of data science courses. In every second or third video, you will get the ad.
Yeah.
So I got to know that it is something important. It is very important. People are doing it and all. But no one other told me to go and learn it. So by myself, I started to learn data science.
So it's really great. So any of you like having a similar story and you also switch from non-tech to tech, you can share your thoughts in the comment section as well. And how do you think about this story? Like, just put your thoughts about Abhishek as well. So moving on to the next question, Abhishek, as you mentioned how you just thought about data science. Next thing is, can you share your journey of transitioning in data science domain as well? Like, how did you start exploring it? I mean, okay, first thing I would learn this and then I would learn this. How did you get that kind of roadmap? And also, how did you learn these kind of required skill sets related to the data science?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I would go little back, like 1 or 2 years back. Actually, I was very desperate to learn something new. Like, so I chose Python first of all.
Okay.
I started learning Python from here and there from various internet sources. Even I joined 2-3 paid courses, but I wasn't able to complete it due to lack of motivation in between the way. So I got depressed for in like 3-4 months. I was very depressed that I am not able to complete something. But last year, I decided in my mind that this is the thing I need to do anyhow. I need to do. The career change or a big company change it is the last thing. First of all, I need to learn something. I need my confidence back that I could learn something. So again, I started learning Python. When I learning very seriously, then I got to know where I could use Python. Actually, if you learn Python, it is a very vast thing. If you want to use in softwares or web development or data science, then I chose the part where I would use the Python I am learning. So that is my path to setting my mind for data science. This is the path, and then I started looking for data science classes. Actually, so in the way I found Odin School, and Odin School was a great help for me. I would say it was a great experience learning in Odin School. Actually, they just don't teach you the technical part only. They also provide career services, how to talk in interview, how to develop your personality, and also I found it very helpful for myself.
So this is great. Like somehow you just started with Python and Python gave you so much motivation that you just took this transition from non-tech to tech. So tell me top 3 things in the comment section which is actually required by any fresher to start their career with the data science. So I want to know it from your side. So moving on to the next question, Abhishek, as you said, right, you got to know about Odin School, and I know nowadays there are not Odin School, there will be so many educational platforms available.
Yeah.
So I want to know like this Odin School platform, how it actually helped you regarding this data science skill sets and what all things they were actually teaching you and their overall structure and complete help. How did you get it from them?
Yeah, actually, after getting enrolled in Odin School, I found it very detailed classes. Actually, I would say like it is not something just a formality kind of thing. They go in deep to teach you. So I have joined the weekend classes actually. So 4 to 5 hours classes on every weekend. So for 3-4 months, I didn't go outside from my house.
Okay.
Yeah, for 3-4 months I was like totally into the classes, and those classes were very interesting also. The assignments, there were timelines to complete the assignments, and the presentations in online classes where a student can present their codes or their projects by themselves in front of the class.
Okay.
So these are the things which give you confidence about the skills. I think there were the Python, SQL, Tableau, and career services classes were great help, and they really do much hard work to prepare a student for the industry.
Okay. So and how was the duration of this entire period? Like course 2 months, 3 months? How was that?
No, actually I have done about 4 to 5 months.
And the weekend classes?
In 4 to 5 months, the curricular is completed, But still, if you are not placed in some company, they will provide extra classes for every topic.
Okay. I would also like to know from you, Abhishek, right? Let's say Odin was teaching something, what all things they covered. I don't want you to explain every single topic, but whatever, like 5-10 things which are really important for someone to start their career with the data science. So what were those things?
In switching data science, I would say statistics is very important, which we study in 12th also. And SQL is very important.
Okay.
One coding language between Python or R.
Okay.
And I would prefer Python actually. It is very easy language. And one data visualization tool in Power BI or Tableau.
Okay.
These are the most important skills required in data science.
And how about the mathematics, deep learning, machine learning? So I'm also interested to know, right? A fresher should know all these stuff together.
Yeah, actually, those are the things after one certain level.
Okay.
If you are just a fresher or just making your way into the data science, first of all you have to acquire these things first.
Okay.
Yeah. After becoming a data analyst, then you can go for the next step, which covers data, deep learning, and machine learning, and AI and all.
So moving on to the next question, Abhishek, and that is basically now you have started working in a great company. So like how did they shortlist your profile? And why I'm asking this question, because you were working in a telecom field for 7 years and had no past experience with the tech stuff, be it the data science programming. There would have been lots of companies which would have rejected your profile. So if they rejected, what were their feedback? And how was the situation for you at that time? I am really curious to know that.
Actually, I'll tell you my story. I was so much desperate to work in data science that I was applying in internships, paid, unpaid, whatever. I just wanted to get the experience of data science. Somehow, even I was ready to do a simple project. So, but still I haven't received a single call from any internships. I would totally thank Odin School for this.
Okay.
Actually, they helped me prepare my resume very well. My resume was so perfect that it was shortlisted. Everything was there, what I learned, what skills I have, my prior experience. So that is a big help. But after shortlisting, it was not an easy process to just crack into the data science. There were multiple level of interviews. And I would appreciate Odin School for the career service classes, how to represent ourselves in interview, how to present ourselves, our skills in interview. So those things were also taught by Odin School in career service classes.
I mean, I'm super happy to see a kind of personality who was really desperate just to go into the tech domain, and you definitely motivated me, Abhishek, as well, and I hope this podcast will motivate you as well. So if he can do it after so many years, I mean, as a fresher, then you shouldn't worry about like your career in a data.
Yeah, I would totally say that if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Yes.
Earlier, which job profile I have a field job profile.
Oh, gosh.
Not even a corporate job profile. I was in a network maintenance part in Tata Communication in telecom industry. So there was no link between a data scientist or a field engineer. So I would say that if I can make it, so anyone can make it.
Most important question from my side is, even those companies wouldn't have shortlisted your profile just because of these skills, right? You should have some kind of practical experience in your resume as well, right? They would ask some practical questions, your projects, and since you had nothing in your resume prior joining Odin School, so what all things you worked, what kind of projects you created so that it created a really good impact in your resume and you got these kind of interview calls?
Okay, so during the whole course, we were given the different kind of data sets to practice on.
Okay.
I think maybe 4 or 5 different kind of data sets were provided and thoroughly examined by Odin School teachers.
Okay.
So we had a good idea about the real world projects, and at last we were given the capstone project.
Okay.
The capstone project is kind of thing in which there totally everything from A to Z need to be done by the student. So I have completed those capstone projects also and mentioned those capstone in my resume.
Okay.
And that part is very 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 important. Actually, in my interview, they asked me about my capstone project in detail.
Okay.
everything. What steps I have taken to complete my capstone project. Those were the main questions in interview.
Okay. And the other projects like which you did, so can you name whether they were like real world problem, let's say a face detection, anything, or let's say stock market prediction. So just an example in that way, like what kind of real world projects you worked on?
Yeah, actually, a few projects we have done, like HR data analytics.
Okay.
It is kind of a data set provided by, like, if there is a health sector industry, and it is giving us a data set of 2-3 years data.
Okay.
So we need to predict the forecast revenues and all.
Okay.
So some regression part also introduced in this project. So yeah, we have done those parts, and we were pretty confident that we have covered everything.
Okay.
So yeah, those projects were very helpful. Without those projects, I think I couldn't be there.
This practical experience is something which is really important, and that's why like I was thinking to ask this question. But it's great that you actually worked on real world projects, and that at the end actually helped you as well to get the job. So moving on to the next question, Abhishek, and it is actually related to the interview part, and this will help the audience as well to understand like how will this typical interview process will look like. So since you have given like multiple interviews for data science roles, so according to you, what is the common interview pattern, the total number of interview rounds, and the common topics which interviewers will ask? And if you have any different experience, right, like you think this should be the common interview pattern, so please share that experience.
Yeah, actually nowadays the pattern is pretty different. Actually, first of all, almost every company would give you the assignment. You have to complete the assignment in a limited time period, whatever they give, like 48 hours or 24 hours. And if you shortlist in that assignment, those were the multiple questions actually. And on the basis of particular data sets, after using all the data analytics part, you have to code or something. Then you will answer those questions. And if you got shortlisted, then you will go to the interview for first round. And in first round, I think they would, the main focus is also the capstone project. Okay. They would ask what you did, what were your findings, and what was the problem, and how you addressed it. In those questions, they will get the idea how much you know about the data analysis part. Okay. Yeah, and by yourself, or just be pretty confident if you are in interview, and just tell them how much you know, and you must be really work on your project. Okay. And after that, you go, if you crack the first round, you will go for the managerial round. Actually, I would say the managerial round is a hypothetical round, you can say. They will create a problem on real time and ask the solution.
I would like to know more about the technical rounds, like how about the programming, right? Most of this is the often asked doubt as well, like I need to be really good at programming questions, and about the SQL queries and any other thing you would have faced in the interview rounds. So it would be great if you can mention.
Few Python questions, basic Python, and a few SQL queries were asked in interviews. Nothing, they don't focus much about only Python or only SQL. Okay. They would go for your project in a bigger part. They would ask 1 or 2 questions from both, or whatever the skills you mentioned. That part would be 20 to 30%, and 70% would be your the project you have done.
And was there any design round as well? Like apart from your project, they would have given you some problem statement and ask you how would you design this type of model optimization, overfitting, underfitting, something.
That part, I would say that the assignment part or that modeling part, you can put both those around in one place. Either they give you the assignment or give you the real world problem to crack. One more thing I would like to add, that being honest is very much required in the interview. Why you are changing your domain, what you think about data science, what you think about Python, your desperation. Those factors are also very important in interview. As much as you can be honest, that would be good.
You can inspire with your final words, Abhishek, to the audience, like someone who is just thinking that I'm very, very late in this industry and I'm not motivated enough to do something out of the box, moving from non-tech to tech. It's late for me and this is the end of the life. So how would you motivate them, Abhishek, right? Any advice for them?
it's never be ending your life, I would say. Yeah, it's never late. Just be hungry for skill, I would say. Not if your prior target is just getting a high package in data science or a big company, I would say your target should be getting much more skilled. Yeah, if you prepare yourself for skill, you would be get picked in any company very soon. Yeah, but yeah, focus on skills, not just getting into the big company or moving to data science. That is the advice from my side, and I don't think it is late.
From the non-tech to tech, I felt really inspired, and I'm also feeling really motivated. And you can let me know your suggestions in the comments section and whatever you felt about Abhishek and his story. And if you have any inspiring story about your hustle and anything, you can also mention it in the comment section. And you guys can check the latest and upcoming bootcamps by the Odin School. Link will be in the description. From my side and from my audience side, thank you so much, Abhishek, for joining us on this podcast. It was my pleasure to have you and share your story with the audience.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me in the podcast.
So that's what I had for you guys in this podcast. I'm pretty sure you would have enjoyed the entire journey of Abhishek, and now you might be also feeling super motivated, because if he can do it, you guys can also do it. It's never late for you. So if you enjoyed this whole journey, make sure to like this video in really big number, and also share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, and subscribe to the channel and press the notification icon as well. I will see you guys in the next weekend with another amazing podcast. Till then, just stay safe, stay home, take care of yourself and your family too.